Hello, bad mind. Good morning. No say you never did want to me.
Hello, beautiful people. I pray that you guys are blessed and highly favored. My name is Birikorang. This is Keniispeak, and welcome back to my channel. To my subscribers and new subscribers, y'all beat up your chest. I'm not going to keep you guys long. Let's get into this video. Family, I guess the real question is, when will our brothers learn?
So more details came out that may go a long way towards showing that Jonathan Majors was set up in his arrest. TMZ just released the video surveillance footage that actually shows the woman who accused Jonathan Majors going clubbing directly after the alleged altercation. And some of the footage even shows that she possibly headbutted the DJ booth about an hour before heading back to Jonathan's place. So it's time stamped around 2:32 a.m. And we know, according to the other reports, that she showed up at Jonathan's place. We'll go over that later, but she showed up at Jonathan's place around 3:23 a.m. So about an hour before she got back to Jonathan's place, per the elevator camera footage, she possibly, it looks like it in the video. What do you think? It looks like she headbutted herself on the DJ table. There's also the fact that when Jonathan finally came home at around 11:13 a.m., he apparently saw that his alleged accuser was possibly out of it. She was lying on the floor of his closet, telling him that she took a few sleeping pills. So allegedly, Jonathan calls 911 because in his mind, he was concerned for her well-being. But then, just moments after he calls for help, police body cam images show his alleged accuser standing without any assistance. As according to an article by Daily Mail, Jonathan's attorney said that she was actually coached by police to say that Jonathan put hands around her throat, and the police had brought it up first by mentioning it. She hadn't said anything on her own about hands around her throat, but the police mentioned it about 19 times. And then that same Daily Mail article, it's also the only article so far that gives details about how, after looking around Jonathan's New York penthouse, the officers began to make comments about how large Jonathan's penthouse was. And then they even went on to question Jonathan on whether or not the penthouse was really his, before deciding that they had probable cause to arrest Jonathan, regardless of the fact that Jonathan was the one who actually called the police for assistance. There's also the fact that Jonathan's lawyers filed new court documents on April 19th with eyewitness statements, video footage, and phone records in an effort to completely exonerate Jonathan and have all charges dropped. And this evidence paints a very different picture about what happened during the hours before his arrest. But before these details were circulated, another article came out from Variety, where they stated that there were multiple alleged accusers who were cooperating with the Manhattan DA's office. Now, this article that Variety published didn't have any names of these alleged accusers. There were no details, not even a hint of a detail. There was no verification that these accusers have actually come forward. They couldn't even get corroboration from Manhattan DA's office saying that there were more alleged accusers. So basically, one-line statement, a salacious statement, there are more accusers allegedly, is now getting more traction than the headline that there is additional evidence that could possibly prove Jonathan's innocence. And it just made me think, who has it in for this man so deep that at the very thought that there was something that could possibly exonerate him, they are pushing this storyline, this headline, that there are possibly more accusers out there, more alleged accusers out there, without any details at all. This is just a source told variety, a source close to the case told variety that there are more alleged accusers. And it reminded me of the Emadoka situation. Remember last year, Emadoka, coach of the Boston Celtics, Neil Long's fiance at the time, he got caught cheating with one of the wives of one of the executives of the Boston Celtics. Now, it didn't matter that he had led them to one of their first major wins with the championship game. That did not matter. He got caught cheating with this redheaded wife, and he was immediately put on suspension, and his pay was docked by 50%. Now, some people came out in defense of him. Matt Barnes was one of them, saying, what's the big deal? This happens all the time. The very next day, Matt Barnes then comes out again.
I erased what I posted because this situation in Boston is deep, it's messy, it's 100 times uglier than any of us thought, and that's why I erased what I said. Some things happened that I can't condone, I can't back,
and so now everyone's expecting, oh my gosh, it's so many women that he's probably been doing this with. Oh, it's pregnancies. Oh, it's this, it's that. But all these months later, it's still just that one redheaded wife. So that's what it looks like is happening in this case with Jonathan Majors, trying to overshadow what the actual issue is, or what the actual truth of the situation is. So here's what actually they're presenting, the Jonathan's attorneys are presenting. They're saying that they have eyewitness testimony from the driver of the vehicle that Jonathan and his lady friend were in that evening. They were coming back from, I guess it was a bar or something, around 1 a.m. in the morning, and the driver witnessed Jonathan's lady friend scratching, ambushing him, doing all kinds of things, trying to steal his phone from him. So Jonathan's probably guarding his phone, with his life. Maybe his back is even towards the woman. And she is just going all out in an attempt to get the phone from him to see who it actually is who was just texting him. Because she's thinking that he got another woman texting him, and no, she's not gonna have it because he's her man, right? So Jonathan, according to the driver, didn't hit the lady back. He didn't even raise his voice to the lady. He wasn't shouting, yelling, being an angry, He just asked the driver to please stop the car so he could get out. The driver stopped the car, watched Jonathan leave, and continued on, and took Jonathan's lady friend, I guess, to a club. They actually have video surveillance of Jonathan's friend going and partying the night away with some friends. So she's in this club, she's getting drunk, she's holding things with her hands, holding champagne glasses, rummaging through her purse, all kinds of things, showing no signs of injury at all. And that's important because according to reports, the lady told police that her finger had been broken during the altercation with Jonathan. But all signs to the contrary, she went clubbing after the altercation with Jonathan, and she's using said finger without any issues at all. So anyway, while she's at this club partying the night away, she's also texting Jonathan. She's sending him so many texts, calling him a cheater, saying that he can't do this to her, threatening to end herself over, what she is thinking he's doing, alleging he's doing. And I mean, no one knew Jonathan was actually seeing someone. So in Jonathan's mind, he's a whole single man out here in these streets. In Becky's mind, that's not the case. She's thinking that it's all about him and her. That's it. But we know the most that we've seen of Jonathan even really interacting with a female is when he and Michael B. Jordan were they were doing an interview for Creed 3, and the interviewer, a very well-built woman, walked past them, and both of their eyes immediately zoned in to the badunkadunk. And they were having no problems with it. They were very interested in the figure of this lady, this interviewer, as she walked past them. That is the most that we've seen of anything that Jonathan may be interested in when it comes to women. We did see him on the red carpet with this one lady who, he just named as friend. Didn't even give her name. Like, this is a friend of Jonathan Majors. But we don't know that he has a girlfriend at all. But in this woman's mind, that's her man.
First of all, family, big up Ruby Kai for that video. Beat up your chest, sister. Coming from Keniispeak. Now, I just want to learn from what is going on with Jonathan. And I want to say, listen, guys. Call a dog and a cat. Call a bird and a frog. Be very plain and straight with people with what your intentions are. If you are not ready for a relationship, let them know you just want to have fun. And there are people out there who are willing to have fun with you. But do not drag people along, because you never know what you might bring out of them. On top of that, you are at your height in your career. There's people who are envious and hateful just because you are thriving as a black man. And now, not only are you thriving, you're messing with the same people that have records of bringing a brother down. So what I'm trying to say is, don't make the case worse for you by pulling someone along who think they're your woman when really you're playing. If that's the case, and then on top of that, she's not even a sister. So now she's going to drag you down like you did her, and even worse. I feel sorry for my brother, honestly. I'm going to be honest. But when are they going to learn? Like, when are they going to learn? Like, seriously, story time. One of my baby daddies, 1 out of 3. I don't fool with this one at all. None at all. You talk to your child, don't have no interaction with me. But recently he ghosted. And what upset me was he didn't ghost me. He ghosted his child. And this is the one that I met when I was 15, 16. Stayed with him till I was 18, 19. I knew his ass was in jail. I just knew it. Only to find out this Jamaican black man got with a white girl, hit that girl, and got over a year something for putting his hands on her. It's time to learn, family. It's happening to the least of us. It is time to learn. God bless. Check out my book, Suicide or Life. Keep an eye out for my new book, I Choose Life. I have a conference going on in June. If you're in London, let's meet up. And if you're into waist training, waist shaping, check out my website. God bless. Thank you for watching.